Hello everyone, welcome back to more Spelunky 2. I actually meant to start recording a daily episode. As you know, there's like a ton of backlog, so the this main series is not really synchronized in time with anything in particular. But I'm recording this at about the same time that I started recording the daily episodes to encourage people to vote. And I meant to start, I was like, oh yeah, I'm in the middle of Spelunky, let's just... But I forgot to sorry Monty. You have to do a different thing to play a daily. You know, what do you know? No. So instead of quitting and then just recording the daily, I was like, I didn't want that to show up as a loss on my record. I'm now a player who wins all the time, right? So I was like, I'll just record an episode before I do the daily. So there you go. In a way, this is bonus content of a sort, I guess. But not really, because as I've previously mentioned, I basically play Spelunky 24 hours a day, so... Ow! So there's kind of unlimited space for more videos. Obviously a grotesque overstatement. I'll take all of it, I guess? And I believe that gets us a discount. That's a thing that I've heard recently and I've mentioned, but I don't remember if I mentioned it in the daily or in this regular playthrough series. Oh, fuck me. But I haven't gotten a chance to confirm it yet, so it would be really nice to live long enough to see another shop on this attempt. Now, obviously, we want to cook these turkeys. But not right in front of Yang, which is a bit difficult to manage. I wonder if we could cook that turkey a meme, like squish that cat. That's a good video. I don't know if it's good advice. I'm not a cat handling expert, unlike, you know, that guy. But he says you should squish that cat. So, you probably should. Okay, I was trying to make sure I missed the turkey there. Wasn't sure if I would succeed. Didn't really need another spider in my life. Or that guy. Oh, I should just bring the torch. It's an easier way to clear spider webs. We got a minute left. There's the other turkey. Good, good. Anything dangerous over here? No. Okay, then we'll just deposit Monty, and although I took some dumb damage, we're doing fairly okay. We even have a torch, in case that turns out to be useful. No thanks on all that stuff? I say all that stuff, it's not like it's much. Do I need to spend a rope? I don't, I can climb all the way up. Well, also I can just fall in, but if I wanted to go back up, I could, and it still wouldn't cost a rope. I've misplaced my torch. I guess I could go all the way back up and get it, but I don't want to. Oh, don't go that way. I meant to... Monty, I'm really sorry about how badly I'm handling you, but I wish you would admit some of this is your fault. No, don't go down there. It's just embarrassing that you blame everything on me. You should be more responsible. Okay. I think we're going down this way, right? I don't see any particular reason not to. I guess either way is fine, basically. Where's the Ujedi, though? It's okay. It's over here. And you can cross here. And the key's on the right this way. So it's an easy drop-off situation. There's a rock here I can use to trigger that arrow trap if I need to. I thought that was Monty. I was coming back here to get Monty. I saw something moving. I assumed it was Monty. Bomb here to get... That's going to blow up the ghost pot, isn't it? Yep. I knew that. It's really quite easy to see. Okay, I guess we better go a bit faster then. I just, like, forgot that bombs were big. So... Okay. Wasted a little bit of resources there, but no big deal. I don't know why the ghost came from the left, by the way. That's very weird. Normally he comes out as close to you as he can manage, I thought was his rule. Can I... I guess not. Trying to get it to fall so I could get that emerald. I should probably bomb for that ghost pot as well, but given how well it went last time I tried to do that, I'm going to be maybe a little bit more conservative. I heard Monty, like, just below me, I think? When I was over to the right. Yeah. Kind of weird that he, I guess I threw it and hit him and interrupted him trying to roll rather than inciting him to roll. Didn't really know that was possible. Got plenty of money here, so we're gonna go jungle. And not work too hard to, like, grind out all the money from this floor. Just, like, too much risk of dying for too little benefit, given how bad I am with ladders. Okay, bringing this with me as a throwable, but I wanted to get it out of the way so that I wouldn't actually accidentally break it while fighting the bat. Watch for bear traps. Also, I don't have any shoes, but there is this mosquito business going on. Okay, let's just wait for him to wake up. Kind of failed to deliver him on the first attempt, but you do get 2 tries. Oh, I can't get out of here without a little help from my mosquito friend. Or a rope, of course. So, okay, I probably am roping there, I guess, because I want to deliver many things. And you cannot make that jump. Watch for bear traps. For example, that's what a bear trap looks like. Okay, looks like some monkeys already died here, probably. There was a spider in the pot. I wasn't trying to break the pot, I was just trying to kill the dude. Yep, I deserved that one. Oh, yeah, keep the boomerang for now. Not gonna try to hunt that guy down. What am I doing? I mean, I guess it's fine. I meant to drop down, but I pressed the drop a boomerang button instead. Alright. I mean, not bad for, like, the first run of the video. It's showing some consistency to at least make it to jungle, right? Maybe just some luck. That's kind of weird behavior for those two pots to have. Does that only happen if they both have a spider in them? Normally one of them crashes through the other and keeps moving. Even if one has a spider, I think. Boy, this level sucks. There's just nowhere to go. Okay. I want that mole. A lot of nice stuff to buy, and I don't have any money to buy it. So that could become a contentious point in the future. But for now, I'll just leave it. God, my nose itches. Allergy season? Maybe. As we previously discussed, every season is allergy season. I kind of want to just like smash open the ghost pot and go buy that guy's stuff, but it seems highly reckless for no obvious reason. Not really sure I want this machete at all, but okay. There's Monty. It's a bomb and like at least 2 ropes to get him up, which I guess, sure, I'll do it. Altars are extremely great. Plus I want to get back to the shop anyway. Right here is where I want my bomb. Nope, a little further right is where I wanted my bomb. Shit, now I need another rope. Alright, let's make the same mistake again. Oh, and now Monty's dead, I think. No. Is it another? No, I can get up from here. Spring shoes! Woo! Now I know what not to buy at the shop. And let's take the ghost pot so we have at least some money on the way out. Nothing over here, right? Right. I would like a torch, since I don't have a surplus of bombs. I have time. Got a gem as well, nice. Okay, not bad. We got a torch for turkey time. And of course Yang's shop to light it up. I want Monty though. I whipped a little too late there. I was trying to be careful to make sure I didn't accidentally whip before I let go, which would send me backwards into the spikes. But if you jump and then wait a while and then whip, then when it's time to grab the ledge, you're still in the middle of whipping, so it doesn't work. Alright, I mean, I knew that, but I didn't think I was going to have that happen. Just do the normal thing that you do every time, and it'll work out fine. Don't be like, oh, this time it's more dangerous, so let's try something different. Oh! Saw that just before it went off and could not really respond in time. Here's how I respond to that. I'm glad I missed the ghost pot there, but I was pretty sure it wouldn't loft far enough to get it. What's down here, by the way? The exit, or the path, so I don't like have to scout it out that much, right? If you're scouting out like an alternate path, you want to figure out, like, is it worth going down? Does it cost me anything? If so, what's down there? But if you look down there and you're like, this is the main path, then like forget it. You don't need to scout any further. You know you want to go there, and it costs whatever it costs. Hope there's no spikes at the bottom, Monty. Well, there are, but he didn't make it to that side. He won his little game of Plinko. Oh, I should have saved the snake to bounce up here. Anyone else? Maybe a caveman? Who I could carry over here? A skeleton's not going to do it, I'm afraid. Well, this? I can't do this, right? Yeah. Bleh. Okay. Made a mistake there. I think that's the way down, right? Yeah. We'll just get this pupper to the exit here. I don't know, is pupper cool? It depends on who you hang out with. There's some people who think it's the most absolutely cringe thing you can possibly say. I have no strong opinion on the matter. Away we go. Was that 1-1? It was, right? Yeah, I died so much I lost track. You see that? That was like some ninja shit. You can stay there though. I don't need you for anything. I think I saw climbing gloves, yeah. Cape is probably better, but the climbing gloves help me get back here to buy more stuff once I get some money. For example, the cape. On the other hand, like, there doesn't seem to be any money anywhere, nor any ability to actually use... Excuse me? That spider just cloned? There was one, and then there was a second. What the hell was that? I'm like playing real bad, but I'm confused by this spider business. Jetpack? I'm dead. A jetpack would have been a good punchline though, huh? Alright, let's give it another go. Go rewind though. There was only one spider, and then suddenly there were two. Like what time? That was around 17 minutes. If possible, I would like to remember that myself and go check the footage, because I'm sure that a spider just was spontaneously created, born out of the ether. You guys know about spontaneous generation? That was the name for a prevailing theory among, you know, scientists slash philosophers, whatever they called themselves at the time. In, I don't know how long ago? But obviously like a fair while ago, but not as long as you might think. About like, where the heck do maggots come from? Because you never like really see baby maggots, right? I don't know, actually. I don't know how to explain like what made them come to this conclusion. But it like sort of makes a certain amount of sense if you don't look very hard at it and you don't know the fundamental principles of the universe yet. Basically, the theory was like, if you leave out rotten meat, which is a thing that happens sometimes, you didn't have refrigeration at the time. You know, say you leave out a pound of rotten meat. Okay. And you look a week later or something, or probably even just a few days. I don't really know the timescales because I don't regularly do this myself. And what you have instead is like 3/4 of a pound of rotten meat and like some maggots. And you're like, that's weird. How did that happen? And, you know, sometimes maybe you get like about a quarter pound of maggots. And so they were like, you know what? I bet that if you leave rotten meat out in the sun, it turns into maggots. And, like, that makes a certain amount of sense, in a way, right? It's just like, it spontaneously generates maggots. Sorry to anyone who's eating, by the way. I'm saying the word maggots a lot. But it is sort of necessary for the purposes of this discussion. Anyway, and that theory was called spontaneous generation. And only later did someone figure out, you know what? I bet that, like, that's not what happens. You know, basically, maggots are baby flies, and flies are around all the time, and they're like, oh, sweet, some rotten meat, let's have babies. Is like a more accurate explanation of the behavior that results in those observations. But like, I'm not trying to say that like, oh, you know, people back then were so stupid. These are like the top scientists of the time, right? It was like, you know, there were some observations you couldn't explain, and you thought about it for a while, and you're like, you know what? Here's a hypothesis that might explain what we're seeing. Like maybe that does happen. It's not totally insane, and yeah, it would be better if you could like, if you had a better mechanism for testing it. Like, actually, is this what did this like lead to the scientific theory? I'm not sure. Oh, come on, I landed on the snake. Is the scientific method, that's the word I'm thinking of, not scientific theory. Okay. I mean, this comes with a bomb as well, because now I can cook the turkeys by hand. I would really like the spike shoes. I could steal them. If I was going to do that, I could have maybe stolen the power pack, but then I couldn't have cooked the turkeys so easily. Yeah, we're going to steal it. Okay. Anyway, I don't know if that was, like... I hear that talked about in the discussion of the scientific method. Is like that... The scientific... spontaneous generation kind of theory. And I think it was like they found a way to falsify it. But like, I don't know, maybe... At this point, I'm like discussing stuff I don't even really remember. And I could be falsely attributing things that didn't really happen. But it kind of makes sense, right? That that's the kind of thing you could test. You could be like, what if we just leave it out and watch it for a while? And like, well, I guess if you just watch it for a while, you might not be able to tell. Flies would crawl around and you'd be like, yeah, that's cool. We were looking for maggots. And then eventually maggots do show up and you might not realize that like that was actually because of the flies. I don't know. But probably they found some better way to falsify the theory, right? And then had to come up with an alternate hypothesis. Makes sense. Remember, by the way, that we do have upset shopkeepers waiting for us? Blue Jedi is over there, I think. It's hard to tell for sure, but I think it's to the left of this thing. So what we want to do is drop it down. Yeah, it's up there. Okay. We want to drop it down and then like rope up. I almost picked that thing up without moving any of the blocks. Just like because I'm dumb. Okay. I still think it was right to buy the power pack and then steal the shoes, even though it seems kind of dumb. You should steal the more expensive thing. For the reason that I gave. I still have almost a minute, but I have a whole shopkeeper to deal with. And it's kind of gonna be a touchy one. Uh-oh, is he dead? He is dead. Okay, well, I was hoping to get forgiveness. I'm not sure they will forgive me since he did die. But I don't yet know the rules. And I got a shotgun. Which is pretty cool, I guess. No, they forgave me. They were like, yeah, that was his own fault. He should not have been engaging in vigilante justice. I can respect that. They own their own mistakes. I mean, it might be nice to get the ghost pot up there, by the way, but I don't know. We kind of are set at this point in terms of having relatively good stuff. I'd like the money, it's just like not necessarily worth any risk, is all. Let me up! Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in! I don't know, how did I get to be so bad, right? Speaking of... Okay. Mischief managed. That's like a Harry Potter thing, but also I feel like it was in something that I saw much longer ago. Like, it reminds me of this game I used to play, like a DOS, slightly educational but mostly adventure game that I played, and I can't remember what it was. Something of Mischief, maybe? Mountains of Mischief? Mischief Mountains? You were like climbing up a mountain. Or down a mountain? It was like a platformer, but with some other element. I don't know if I'm ever gonna find it, by the way. I don't remember enough about it to like do a search for it. I mean, I don't suppose you could kill this spider for me? Probably not, right? It's a very large bomb. I do have spike shoes. Sorry, buddy. You finally let down your guard, and that was my chance to strike. I was after you all along. Now here's, what's her name? Sparrow, right? She's impressed that we stole from the shopkeeper? Thanks. Okay, an idol would be nice. I didn't get the compass, but I do have the Ujedi. Okay. So I don't think we're missing any black market yet. Wow, a lot of little bits of gold there. Okay, so I think I should have time to go back for the idol if it is conveniently located, which it is. I don't see any reason to pop that guy, but these monkeys make me very uncomfortable. What if I, like, did that? It didn't kill them, but it makes the extraction much easier. And I think that's a worthy thing to use a bomb on, right? To make it simpler to get my 10,000 bucks instead of dying, I accept, right? There's an altar, which is great, obviously. Oop, watch out. Both for the witch doctor and the other thing. What other thing? The spike trap. Okay, I don't know how much time I have. No, I do, because the moon challenge is on this floor, so there's no black market. So I can spend as much time as I like on bringing people to the altar. I could go out to the ghost pod as well, that would be nice. But I believe I'm fairly close to getting the Kapala, right? Is that the same game? I think I already sacked Monty once. No, because what would I have... I don't think I got paste from an altar. Maybe I did actually, because where did I buy it? The only thing I bought... Yeah, I must have. The only thing I bought was the power pack, and I stole the shoes. So I think that I did actually sack Monty to an altar. And therefore also I think a couple other little things here and there. I don't know. Let's go do the moon challenge real quick to get some more time. And also, I assume, some more money. You usually do. I see some stuff over to the right there. Oh, an arrow trap! Didn't see that one. Bombs, great. There's the bow. Not really up my alley, as I have discussed. I think I need to be a little bit more modest and just try to get comfortable getting far enough that something like that would help me. Okay, we're free. And it cost, I don't know, a minute 15 or something? I'm not gonna get the bow. But if this doesn't give me the Kapala, then I probably am wrong about what happened in this game. We'll know for sure if I find and sacrifice Monty, of course. Oh, right, he's over here. Right. Ah, fuck me. I meant to pick it up. Okay, well, Monty, I guess you are not getting sacrificed, so enjoy your long life and good health. And I'm sorry that I can't get to you, Sister of the Forest. It just is not meant to be. I probably would have gotten killed by that bear trap anyway, so it was all for the best. There'll be another altar on this level anyway. That's what I choose to believe, with no evidence. Kind of like spontaneous generation, tying it back in. I remember I asked a question on the English language and usage Stack Exchange. Many people who are into programming are familiar with Stack Overflow as like a place that shows up when you do searches for programming help related topics. But my understanding is that not everyone is familiar with, it's right above me, I think, Stack Exchange as like a conglomeration of Stack Overflow like sites for various topics. And that's fair, because Stack Overflow was the first one and remains to this day by about 1,000,000% the most popular, most used, etc., etc. But there are Stack Exchanges for many other like topics other than programming that have a similar format. And they're basically question and answer sites, but with like a philosophy and moderation that makes them different from just forums. I like it a lot. I contribute to Stack Overflow mostly by like answering questions on a few of the niche programming languages that I'm into. But like seeing the like hot questions on other Stack Exchange sites, I'm constantly running into interesting questions about like other stuff, right? We're not doing this. You know, about people who want to play D&D are like, tell me about the rules. Like, this is a weird thing. What would happen if I did this? And there's one about English language usage. Jetpack's good. Okay. And I don't remember why I was talking about this. Ah! I can't believe I'm going to pull this, by the way, as like a thing that I actually remember. Which is, I have spring shoes already, right? No, different game. But I don't need them, so. When I made a reference back to something we had talked about previously, spontaneous generation, right? The one question I think that I have asked in the entirety of my life on englishisusage.stackexchange.com was about like, is there a word that's like allusion, ALL allusion, like reference, but kind of, I don't remember exactly what I was thinking about, different somehow, like tying it back into something we were talking about before. Obviously it's like a reference referring to the earlier discussion, but like a segue but backwards, right? Tying together not what you're saying with what you're about to say, but tying together with what you said a while ago. And I think the answer was like, not really, and your question isn't that great, which I don't know. A lot of people are kind of bitter about Stack Overflow. I don't mind answers like that at all. I'm not an educated like expert in how to use their Stack Exchange, and I don't think they were dismissive. They're just like, I don't know. I don't think there really is such a word. I don't know why you think there should be one. I'm like, yeah, that's fair, I guess. I thought there might be, but it turns out there isn't. So, what can you do? I dropped my gun, by the way. I was trying to shoot him, but I was hanging off of a ledge, so instead the same button as shoot gun uses drop gun in that circumstance. But, I don't know, there's a lot of cool stuff on other Stack Exchange sites. I enjoy like English language learners where people are asking, you know, simple questions about English, and like it's interesting to see the kinds of misunderstandings that newcomers to the language have, which like, yeah, you know, I can see how you might think that would be reasonable, but that's not how English works, sorry. That's one kind of question. It's not the only thing that happens on there, but it is a fair number of them, and it's fun to look at. And sometimes you're like, oh, I didn't realize this is why English is that way, because some expert answers the question particularly well. Like, I know how everything they ask how to say on that, I'm like, no, you can't say that. That doesn't make any sense. Here's how you should say it. Because I'm like a native speaker. But because I didn't get like a degree in English, I don't know why that's right. I just get like cheat powers by being a native speaker that allow me, via a neural network I don't understand, i.e. my brain, to correctly identify correct sentences, but without any understanding of how or why they're correct. Excuse me? He made me drop my jetpack? I think that's what happened. There's a skull chasing me, but I'm not too concerned. Now that does concern me. Get out. What else? Like, I haven't asked that many questions on any of the Stack Exchanges combined. You know, maybe 10 or 20 on Stack Overflow over my like 1,000 questions answered or something like that. Maybe it's only a few hundred, but I bet it's 1,000. Maybe I'm wrong. We could look it up, but this is not like a contest. I'm just trying to get a rough measure. And on the other sites, I've asked like one question on like 5 different sites, and that's it. But one I remember that I thought was kind of cool, yeah, definitely had not sacrificed anything there, was on the I asked like maybe 2 questions on science fiction and fantasy, actually, where I'm like, I'm thinking of this book that I read 20 years ago, and here's what I remember about it, but I don't know what it was called. Can anybody help? I think that's such a cool like topic. The one I was trying to think of was The Bottle Imp by Robert Louis Stevenson, by the way. Where's Monty? I want to put Monty on the altar, like, very badly. Let's take this key. Maybe he's locked up in there. I don't know if that's allowed, but maybe. And, like, I don't know anything about cooking, but I can, like, read questions about cooking and be like, wow, cooking is complicated. Oh, I didn't realize we were so close to time. Sorry about that, Mr. Ghost. I'll get out of your hair. I just thought it would be useful to have a wider gap there. I don't think it actually is, though. Oh, my shotgun. That's important. Anyway, the jetpack makes it much, much easier to avoid the ghost. I'm bummed I couldn't find Monty, though. Okay, here's a Monty, but of course no altar. And so I will not be getting the Kapala here. And I believe I only got 2 Sisters of the Forest? Yeah. Sorry, kids. Aviation? It's another, like... I don't know anything about what they're talking about at all, but I'm like, wow, planes. I don't know. Stack Exchange is a cool place. And having, like, strict rules about, like, what... Why not? Why not just talk about the philosophy of Stack Overflow while we're here, right? It's not like I have anything else to say during the Olmec fight. One of the founders of Stack Overflow must have been Joel Spolsky. Yeah. Actually came to the place I worked at my last job. It would be like 5 years ago or something now. He was giving a talk. He was like, I think it was like, he was a, you know, he does speeches. I assume we paid him something. There's some like way for him to increase his income to like come and talk about like what's the deal with Stack Overflow? Why did it work when a whole bunch of much worse sites used to exist? How did we make this one good? You know, when you search on Google for a programming question and you get a Stack Overflow answer, it's like usually what you wanted to know most of the time. And that wasn't really the case before Stack Overflow, even though Google existed for like a decade before that. You would get like Experts Exchange stuff, which was like maliciously hidden behind a paywall and like clickbaity and all kinds of useless. And he talks about how important it is from the beginning to have a clear idea of what it is you're building so that you can instill community norms that will generate that kind of outcome. And an example that he gives is like Wikipedia. What exactly is the goal of Wikipedia? Because they've also done a great job of building a community that like leads to a good outcome, i.e. like an encyclopedia about everything that is like usually a pretty good source for citations. You know, whether it's not a good primary source, but it's like usually right. But like if you're writing an academic paper, you should go like look up the primary sources that it references for that it summarizes. And like how do they get there? Well, like what is their goal? Is their goal to be like to know everything there is to know? No, that's impossible. You know, what Wikipedia tries to do is more modest. They try to accurately summarize what other primary sources, let's just hang out up here, what other primary sources believe. And if that changes, Wikipedia changes. If it doesn't change, Wikipedia doesn't change. And so, you know, primary sources are like reputable news or other information gathering things, right? So there are examples of things that people think are kind of ridiculous that Wikipedia does, like someone writes an article in Wikipedia about how, you know, this book has the following, oh, I'm thinking of the wrong word, like, not imagery, but symbolism, right? In this book, so-and-so is a symbol referring to blah-de-blah, right? And they link to an academic paper written about the book, or a book published about the book, you know, critiquing it, or the Spark Notes, or who knows what, right? And that's fine. And then the author of the book comes along and edits it and says, no, it's really about something else, and I know that because I'm the author. And it's like, well, you're not a credible source, so we're deleting this. And like, that sounds stupid. The author is obviously the best possible source on this. But, like, that's not Wikipedia's goal, right? It's not, their goal is not to be correct about everything, because you can never get there. All you can do is summarize reputable sources. And the author, like, you know, they're not published, except, haha, their book. But their analysis of the book is not, like, a published thing, and they shouldn't edit an encyclopedia directly to change what it thinks. They should, like, you know, if they really want it to change, get it published somewhere else. And there are many problems with how Wikipedia works, like, you know, the recent thing about Scott's Wikipedia being primarily written by an American guy who, like, doesn't speak Scots at all and was just doing, like, a Google Translate from English Wikipedia, word by word, and, like, started when he was young enough that he didn't realize this was a bad idea and then never really thought about it afterward, I guess. And is still, I think, at this time fairly young. He's like a teenager, but he started when he was 12 or something. So there's problems with Wikipedia, but they have, like, this is their goal, to be an accurate summary of what reputable sources think. And they have policies that let them enforce that goal. And Stack Overflow does not have the goal of answering people's questions, which sounds like an obvious thing for a Q&A site. You know, of course, here I do not speak for Stack Overflow Incorporated or LLC or whatever. I'm just summarizing my understanding. Nor is it their goal to, like, help every person who shows up with a question. You know, in particular, lots of people have questions that are like, well, you should just read a book. Like, that's the best answer to your question. And we don't really support that kind of question on our site anyway. Stack Overflow's goal is more to build a robust database of answers to questions that is well indexed by search engines, so that when you search for something on Google, you get a good answer. And so a lot of the behaviors that people maybe don't like about the Stack Overflow community are driven by that being their goal. And it doesn't always line up with, you know, providing an in-depth answer to every question that somebody asks. You know, closing it as a duplicate is not hostility. It's like, someone already asked this, here's the answer, and we're keeping that link open forever. So anyone who, like, asked the same question you did can find the, like, canonical, well-written answer that was written 6 years ago. Like, apparently it wasn't easy enough for you to find, so it's not like your fault necessarily. But now, people who were thinking the same way you did have one more way to find that answer. They could find your answer and then follow the duplicate link. You know, closing questions that are off topic because they're not a good fit, like, what's your favorite programming language? That was a popular question in the early days of the site, stuff like that, when they hadn't quite found their footing about what they wanted to be about. I don't know, I should kill Olmec, but I'm kind of having a good time, like, hanging out, talking about Stack Overflow. And there's a bunch of ground still left that I wish he would blow up. I guess he's unlikely to get to it now at this point, right? But I also want to kill him when he's on the left, so we're gonna wait one more lap here. Let's wait up here, just in case I get squished against the wall or something. Okay, looks like I wouldn't have. And, like, having long discussions with someone in the comments to help them understand why they're wrong. Or, like, why... Whoops. Not wrong exactly, but, like, help them get to the answer themselves is, like, that's great for pedagogy and the Socratic method and so on, which I think is super cool. but doesn't actually serve the goal of the site. Much as I kind of like to do it to walk people through answers to questions, it's not really what the site is about, which is about like providing Googleable answers to questions. Anyway, this all came up because this morning I had a bit of an altercation, which is, 3 comments back and forth, right? Which is practically a war on the internet, with another guy who's knowledgeable in the topics that I follow on Stack Overflow, who was like doing some things that are like helpful to the specific person asking a question, but are like expressly against the site rules because they don't lead to the right kind of outcomes. And I was like, hey, please don't do this, do something else instead. And he was like, you're a jerk. Don't tell me what to do. I don't care what the rules are. I'm trying to help people. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna call the police, but I wish you wouldn't do that. But I understand where he's coming from. Like, wanting to help specific people is great. You should be a teacher, maybe. And, as long as it's not harmful, it's fine. But I feel like, anyway, there are things you can do that, like, help a specific person, but don't really lead towards the kind of experience that the site as a whole wants to be. And you kind of have to not do that, is my opinion. And especially, like, I don't know, if the person has asked a good question, like, I don't mind engaging with them in ways. But, like, when someone asks a bad question, and you're, like, breaking the site rules to help them, when, like, do they really even deserve, like, someone going out of their way when they can't even, like, wow, that's a lot of money. When they can't even, like, ask a question well, I wish you would, like, not reward that behavior. Anyway. Alright, we're just gonna head to Tide Pool, try to get another win. We didn't get the head yet, so I forget why that's relevant at the moment. Okay. We're not going to the City of Gold, I guess is maybe the answer to that. I'm very not excited about that idol. I don't need the money, and I could easily die, so that's why I'm not going to get it. Would be very much excited about Monty, though. Specifically, bringing him up here to be sacrificed to the Blood God. Whoa! That guy came like a rocket! Also, I hate you? If possible, I will avoid that area forever. There's Madame Tusk. I don't really want to gamble on spike shoes. Oh, is this the run where we did steal, we did meet Sparrow, so she would really appreciate it if I would steal from Madame Tusk, and I've never done that before. So it'd be a kind of cool thing to do if I had the time. And I do have the jetpack, so time is like a resource I have a lot of. Obviously this is more important. But if I have time, I would be very happy to gamble for Madame Tusk, with Madame Tusk, to be allowed into her area in Neo-Babylon. But I don't really have that much time. So I'll try a couple, I guess. Well, there's one. Don't want paste either. I need better rolls. Sorry, I can't carry on a conversation when... Like, I know this is like the most brain-dead activity you can perform in Spelunky, is just this gambling. But it, like, requires a lot of focus so you don't accidentally steal from her or something. And I'm like, I got a 3. What number do I want next? Even though it doesn't really matter what I want next, it's just what I get next. Also, my rolls have been insane recently. Get that out of there so I don't accidentally do something weird with it. We're like running out of time, but I just need one more win. And I'm going pretty fast. The scary part, of course, is that I haven't actually explored all the way to the end of the level, so if the ghost appears, I'm like a little bit scared. Just give me the win. That's all I'm asking for. Just a couple more rolls. Okay, well, see ya. Sorry. That was literally all I had time for. One more roll and I would have been toast, so... I don't know, I could have maybe dodged the ghost for a little while, but probably I couldn't have done that while gambling, right? Okay, I'm bringing the torch. Being able to see is probably more important than having a gun. And I'll come back for the gun when I can. If I can. At least I have the compass. Oh my god, 2 of you? Are you kidding? Okay. I found the exit, and that's all I want. I'm not doing any more exploring on this level. Especially not with those jerks around. Okay, well that's Monty, right? You gotta go that far, right? Just check for spooky stuff first. No spooky stuff detected. Nothing down here? No. I don't know what you get for stealing from Madame Tusk. I assume it's like a... Hello. An unlockable character, probably? That's the main thing you get in this game as rewards for doing interesting things, is unlocks of characters. And actually just even entering her palace would probably be worth something for me at this point. Since I've never done that yet, and it would be cool to do in addition to like getting any unlocks. But it really can't be my priority when I'm still like not a great player. And I die all the time. Just jump on its head. Don't make this weird. Now what is this all about? A key. Oh yes, this is to get into like the locked... Have I been there? I'm not even sure. I know I've seen it on stream, but that's not the same as having been there. I have time, I'll check it out. Was it not here? Yeah, it's over this way, right? No, this is nothing special. I don't know why I thought it would be. Okay, didn't like that Zhangxi. See if there's anything else over here? Oh man. This is the actual entry to the, like, the dangerous place, the equivalent of, I'm not gonna buy Monty. This is like sacrificing yourself on the altar in the City of Gold. You spend a life somewhere in here. I'm a bit lost. Looks like it's a bit over to the left. I'm not gonna do that, obviously, since I don't have the Ankh, and have no particular interest in discovering that area at this time. Trying to string together some more wins is all. Now, where did I put my shotgun? Oh, right. Over where I got the key from. That cost me more time than I thought it was going to. Oh my god. I hate you. I hate you! Alright, bomb. That actually kind of made it worse. Ooh, almost dropped it right into the bear trap. Excuse me? How do I get out? No problem. Plenty of time. Alright, there goes 4-3. Shouldn't you be dropping down? Now this is an extra short level. There's only like 3 layers instead of 4. There's a lot of money up there with the ghost pot and the idol. I see Monty, by the way. I'm not really going to spend a bomb on him. 1 extra health's not that big a deal right now. I guess it could be if like I blow up. I might appreciate having some more health. Wait, this isn't the lava level? Oh, it's one after the lava level. Okay. I'm never ever bringing you a hired hand, and I wish you would stop asking. So remember, explosions cause insane chain reactions. Always be ready for a disaster when something explodes. It's a lot of bombs. I could buy them. Hey, no jumping. Oh, I have the Kapala, that's true. Do I want the bombs? I'd rather just have more money. 25 should be enough. I don't need to mess with the Yetis. And I don't want to risk doing so, so we will just leave. Okay, here we are at the bottom of the ice caves. Well, almost the bottom, haha. You don't want to go all the way to the bottom. Except, by the way, you do, because that's like where the secret exit is. But I am not prepared to find it. That's an arrow trap, but they only shoot horizontally. There's a turkey up there. Not going to track that down. Really low. Okay, that's why we get the Ankh. Really love to have dealt with that alien, is what I was going to say. And I believe my jetpack is not getting blown up, because it was like to the left of me. That would be very nice if I still had a jetpack over there. Yeah, I do. Nope, never mind. I guess I needed to rush in before the alien got there. You know what? Fair enough. I should have seen that coming. I was like, I'm going to wait till the alien goes through, then he'll blow up and I can get the jetpack. But in fact, that's not what happens. Oh. I don't have a jetpack anymore also, so like I'm not as nimble as I was. So I need to be a little bit more careful about the situations I get into. Okay. Could just drop down here, which I think is a good idea. Would really like Monty, but I'm not so hot on this arrow trap, so bomb here. Get out of the way in case I misjudge something. Harvest some blood first. Still got a minute and a half. Okay. Now, wait here, Monty. I just gotta check that it's safe. There's really nothing between us and freedom. Just this one trap that's very easy to defeat. As long as you're patient. That was not patient. But it, like, spends some time charging up. So I felt reasonably safe jumping through while it wasn't even displaying the charging animation. But I should have waited. It would be safer. Now I would really love to get Monty on an altar. That's a lot of health. But there is that arrow trap on the altar. You know what? Get out of here. Just in case I end up coming back, I want you gone. That guy, no problem. I can deal with that. Why am I doing this? Oh my god, I'm lucky that didn't kill me. There's an arrow trap down there, huh? Well, I don't approve of that situation. Neo-Babylon is just super dangerous. Oh, he's like a little Olmec. He's an Olmite. Yeah. That's a turkey. We blow those up. Watch this caveman. I should have separated them before blowing them up. Still got 2 minutes. Have neither seen Monty nor blown him up. Okay, there he is. Okay. It's a little ambitious, but I really would welcome some extra health buffer, you know? And it's not super dangerous, the path that I carved out to get back up. I intentionally was blowing up threats along the way. I remember there's this one circular trap, but that's about it. Okay, that helps a lot. Or at least a modest amount. Whew. This is 6-2, so we just have one more floor of Neo-Babylon. You know what? I haven't been over here. Let's not change that. Let's not explore somewhere new. Let's just go the way I've been. Less danger that way. It looked pretty safe over there. But I was going to have to, like, backtrack through... I would rather, like, not backtrack through traps. Backtrack through non-traps would be better. Alright, we gotta get through 6-3, and then we can, handle Tiamat. Don't shoot me. Well, actually... Yeah, we'll just go here. You can shoot at me a little if you want. Drop slowly, watching for other traps. Like Olmites, for example, are not great. There's just absolute chaos going over there. It's mayhem. We're in a safe spot now. Just assess the best way down. We could shoot this Olmite and then go over him. That seems pretty reasonable. But you know what is even worse? These things. Get them out of here. They're really complicating things. Okay. I don't like that guy. Maybe we're not going to go that way. I don't want to make the bodyguard upset either. So we're going to go over him instead of trying to bomb through the back. There's the exit. I did hear Monty, but I'm not going to try to find him. Don't get crushed. Just hang out here. You know what? I could spend a couple bombs bombing my way through this so that I don't have to deal with that guy. The laser horse. Oh my god, get out of there before the bomb blows up. Alright. Don't mess with the Olmites, just go. I lost my jetpack, but I still have climbing gloves, so... Oh, and also a pitcher's mitt? So it shouldn't be a problem to take her out, right? Oops. Like, I'm not even close enough for her to attack, apparently? So, I don't know. I feel like this game's boss fights could use some work. At least the ones in the main path game, right? Olmec and Tiamat are just not that exciting. Actually, I'm not going to be able to get that, right? It's going to go in the ocean. Oh, no. Okay. Boy, wouldn't it be embarrassing to die like this? Maybe I shouldn't, invite disaster into my home. Don't kill me, skeleton. Alright. Win number 2, and it hasn't been that many videos since the first one. And of course, goodness knows how many wins on dailies, right? I'm doing like 2 weeks worth of dailies to encourage voting. which for me are in the future, although for you are in the past. I know I did win on daily number 3 after 2 quite weak performances. Oh, something I wanted to mention. I turned up... For anyone who's still here at the end, by the way, how was the sound levels in this one? I realized I was looking at some of my videos and like the game sound is like even quieter than when I first started the series. I'm pretty sure like I must have turned it down outside of my recording software so it sounds quieter to me, but that also had the effect of turning it down in my recording software, so it's like practically inaudible. So I tried to address that. I turned it up some, but I didn't really check levels. It seems okay looking at the mixer. Like, it's definitely quieter than me, but that's sort of what you want. I'll turn it up a little more. How about that? For at least music and stuff, it should be quieter than me. You know, bombs probably also should be quieter than me, but more easily noticeable. Anyway, let's skip this now that I've seen the credits a few times. And this will be my second best score, probably. Not my best. I don't actually know. Yeah, because my first win was like only 218,000 or something. My third win was like 300 something. Or my second win. Yeah, I like dogs, sure. I did kill some though. Took my first damage on 2-2. That's nice. That for a change I did not take damage in like 1-1. It doesn't say what I took damage from. Usually it does. What did I take damage from then? Don't know. It's a mystery. Okay, well, let's just skip, and we're back in the dwelling here. Die, penguin. Okay, I think we're all set here. I gotta go record that daily that I wanted to start before I started this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.